from the Litchfield Hills to Long Island Sound. You are watching Live with Lumi and Michelle. And now your host, MicheleMarieDalene.
Hi guys, good morning everybody, and no, I'm not going to ignore my viewers, despite what Brian K on Twitch is saying. Actually, you guys are probably going to be the first ones I'll probably be talking to, because right now we are just getting ready. Let's get this on the road here. Alright. First of all, it is Thursday morning. We have, of course, a cold, cool day. Not freezing, but definitely cool day out there today. And we don't have a lot going on. So, and Fair Kitty says it's a rainy Monday. It's a rainy morning. Yes, it is. So I don't know why people would say I ignore people on my stream. I don't. I found Scottish Stacy's channel. I put a message on her latest video, which is from 2020, which is kind of old. But I just explained to her that I was looking to see her come by and visit the channel. I'm going to assume she at least looks on YouTube and checks her email on occasion. First of all, the good news is tomorrow will be warmer. For those of you who want to know, tomorrow will be a high of 16. I'm going to be bringing some food down to the food locker that's operated by reality executives that we found laying around here that's been sitting for a while, but still sealed in original packaging that has no dents, scratches, rips, tears, anything like that. So, I'll bring that down there. And, current viewers numbers. Interesting. Must be. I swear to God, there's something going on with the internet, because sometimes, I see a lot of viewers, and then some days the viewership drops to a rock, in less than a second, and then it comes back up again. And, I guess, so the internet is, by the way, one thing we didn't really talk much about in the Ukraine is, another casualty of the animals in animal shelters and zoos. 300 dogs were found starved to death in their cages in an animal shelter. The volunteers are trying to get the rest of the dogs in for veterinary care, see if they can save them. I think that's kind of sad. I mean, it's not just the two-legged people that are animals or humans that are suffering. It's the four-legged animals too. So that's something to keep in mind. One other question I saw, Stoner put this on my channel, or my Discord. I'm going to put this question up. Well, who pays someone $500,000 to do a speech? When the person that's doing the speech is just reading a teleprompter. Okay? I don't even read a teleprompter. I can yak for an hour, and I usually don't charge a dime. But yeah, it is sad. Never mind the fact is the people that themselves have lost their livelihood. And the poor animals, of course, the volunteers that were taking care of the animal shelter during the shelling, the dogs were not harmed by the shelling. They may have lost a lot of their hearing because of the sound of all the explosions, but other than that, they were fine. It's controversial. So remarks continue. I'm just looking somewhere quick here in the news. What else I can find here? Jobless claims tumbles to the lowest level in more than 50 years. That's just political bourgeois right there. I mean, first of course, he tumbled to the lowest level in 50 years. After everybody finally started reopening their businesses, reopening their places after being shuttered for 2 years because of Mr. P, and the Great Resignation, never mind that part of it. People now need jobs, and so people are desperately hiring. Yeah. It's just typical baloney. But you know what else is so sad is the last night's night show, because it was on Wednesday night, had very low viewer turnout between YouTube and Twitch. Everybody asked me to do a stream on YouTube. We did. And a good portion, I mean, we had a small group come on, but it wasn't a very large one. Twitch did pretty good. Twitch had 3 viewers, which wasn't bad. But you know, the thing is we used to get about 20 people a day between YouTube and Twitch. Now we're getting like 7 right now. 7 viewers right now. And it's kind of sad because it's like I'm looking forward to seeing more people come on the show. You do a show every day, you're not always going to come up with exciting news. Trust me. 8, okay. I see 8 now, yeah. But what happened to the 20 plus we used to get? I mean, I've got my hunches. But, you know, let's keep one thing in mind. I think that there are people who like to kick my channel around like a hack and sack. I mean, really, come on, guys. I looked at the channels you guys are watching. Rosie O'Kelly, G Mangoes, The Berg Show, Noodles, okay. But yet, Ho here has at least let those hosts know that I'm out there. Yeah, I know. When I started out with YouTube, I got like the first few months of my show, I got like 0 because of my videos because I was so new and no one really watched my shows. But that was 11 years ago. Today, there are channels that have been around as long as I have that during a live stream can easily hit 30 to 50 people. I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, it's not like my content's that unusual. I mean, it's yeah, people know I'm here. Anyway, after the show, I have to go down to the bank and, like I said, go by the emergency food locker, drop some food off, and then go to the ATM, get some money for tomorrow for the hair care. Not really particularly exciting. It's just, you know, it would be nice if the salon still took credit cards instead. They don't. So, but there's a lot of reasons why. Number one, they told me the first reason they don't take credit cards is that they can't really justify the expense. Because the credit card company charges them a swipe fee. So every time they run a transaction through, they have to pay a swipe fee. It's not a flat rate. It's not like, oh, $10 a month. You buy all the cards you want. That would be nice, but that's not the way it works. So, because of that reason, the credit card the salon said, well, most of the people that come in here pay cash because there's really no reason for a credit card transaction. Because most everybody pays cash. So anyway, I got up at my normal time today. I got up with the 8 o'clock alarm, turned that off, got ready. Set up the kitchen, turn on the hot water for tea, or for coffee in this case. I mean, coffee again. Then, made 3 bagels for breakfast. Brushed the cat. It was full of cat hair. You could bet. He was happy to get a brushing because, my cat doesn't mind being brushed. He doesn't like it particularly, but he doesn't seem to mind it too bad. But I mean, what would it take to get rid of the general feeling of melancholy I feel around me? I feel it. It's just like this melancholy. It's like you're not happy. You're feeling like, I'm going through the same old rat race every day. Which, in a way, you are, because you're doing the same routine every day. And then, of course, the morning show, people say I'm ignoring the chat. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at the chat right now. Oh, I am depressed. Oh, there's no doubt about that. Just not sure why. I mean, my bills are paid. I got food in my belly. I'm not freezing. I don't have a doctor. And one of the things I look forward to in the morning show is when I'm actually get a chance to talk to people. But then lately, the viewership has been low. And the panels right now are pretty quiet. I'm sitting here watching the panel and no one's even joined it. I look forward to talking to people on the panel. And then, like I said, you hear all the stuff that goes on out there about, like what JoJo talked about last night. I mean, you hear about that. It makes you kind of feel bad. It's like, why would somebody want to treat another person like that? And what's the point of doing this? It doesn't make a bit of sense to me. I know it's gonna get. I mean, what's the point of ripping somebody apart for whatever reason? I don't get that. If you want to see bad news, just watch the news. I don't even want to watch it anymore. I think I got sick of it. Because every time I turn it on, I mean, I'll just quickly look at it real quick and go through the headlines, and it's always bad news. Very few good news articles are in the news. How would you say we can make history? I don't get that. How can we make history? I mean, no wonder why so many people, kind of wonder if the human race is near the end of the line. I wonder. I mean, it's like, no, I know he has it, but he doesn't seem to be interested in even coming on panel. Part of me would like to go explore some of the things I miss in my younger years. I mean, I used to be pretty resourceful doing things. And of course, as I got older, you slow down, your joints don't always cooperate. Okay. I don't know. As I said, I watched a little bit of Scotty Stacy's video from the last one I could find on her channel, and she sounded so sad. Like, I do have them, but they don't touch my vegetables. Well, not sure if I'm not good at growing food. Trust me, I killed more plants than I'm a plant mass murderer. I don't have what it takes to grow plants. Um, but that's a good point. I mean, it's like me and them were talking about something about this last night. I said to Ed, I said, you got to get back out doing things in your life. He said, well, there's nothing to do in Winston. I said, oh, I know that, but there's got to be something. All you do is lay in that bed there, And even he gained weight. I said, well, that's not a good thing. Go out and walk around, do something. Anything is better than nothing. Like I walked yesterday. It would be beneficial for you, or anybody for that matter, to go out and do something instead of sitting in the house every day. And that's the truth. I don't know if Ed wants to move, but I mean, I think maybe he wants to be a little more active. In that sense, move, yes. I think he wants to get back out there and doing more activities. But like me, he feels like, oh gee, there's really nothing to look forward to. Which is kind of sad because when I was a teenager, there was a whole wide world of possibilities, and I really wanted to do. And I talked to my cat. Yeah. We all know Rusty. He's the big cat, the big chunky guy. Yeah. I was watching some videos on YouTube of technology. And one of the videos I was watching was on telephone systems. He had private collectors that collect telephone systems. Now, not just phones, not just things that sit on your desk. We're talking about switchgear. We're talking about they run their own miniature central offices. And one guy's phone system is enormous. I mean, it actually is the size of a full-size central office. And it's amazing to think about. And you can actually call into his little mini museum and you can experience the of the step-by-step telephone switching. And I said to myself, I remember those days of step-by-step switching in Winstead when you would pick up the phone. And sometimes when you're in the process of making a phone call, you could hear the voices bleeding over from the other phone calls. And you could just listen to that. And you wondered if those people actually could hear you. I mean, Strauger would have been kind of a bit annoyed. Like, if you understand why the Strauger created the point-to-point or step-by-step switching, you'd understand what I'm talking about. He originally he's an undertaker of all things, and he thought the operator was giving his information to the other undertaker in town that he was competing with. I don't know if that actually was really happening or not, but the point was, so he decided we're going to make a phone system that doesn't require a human being to make phone or complete phone calls. And so this undertaker started designing the first mechanical telephone system that really didn't have any human intervention at all. You pick up a phone, you get a dial tone, and start dialing the numbers. And then the switch that does all the phone calls works in the background, and it connects you to your friend or your loved one or your favorite undertaker of your community. And I think he probably got pretty rich off that. They sold a system to automatic telephone, automatic electric, which, made him pretty well-to-do because, he already was rich from being an undertaker, but he was certainly rich with this telephone system. Harper's Fair. Wait, where is... Oh, Harper's Ferry. Where's Harper's Ferry? I don't know where Harper's Ferry is. One piece of gear I wanted to get for a long time is actually a telephone switchboard of my own. National Historical Park, okay. West Virginia, alright. So anyway, I looked at the price of telephone switchboards, which are in at least good condition. And they are expensive as they can get. They're not cheap. But the only thing is of course, I don't have a lot of room to have all that stuff. It's just kind of interesting, actually. Did you ever think about that? If I won $6,000, $5,000, I don't know, honestly. Maybe finally fix my teeth. Definitely fix my teeth. I can't afford to get these ears done. That would be oroplasties are even more expensive, almost as expensive as knee surgeries. Maybe ask your surgeon to scoop all my fat out of my gut. Only problem is then the recovery time afterwards might be a bit long and painful. Live short and suffer. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. What do I do with it? So you'd have to use the skin and the fat to make ears. See, that would have to be part of a skin graft. Because, and that's assuming the graft takes. Because even though it's your own skin, because what they would have to do is shape the ears a belly flab, and then they would have to put in a cartilage or simulate cartilage, probably in the form of a plastic. And so the ear doctor would shape the ears after he makes the cuts to need to attach it to their real ears. Wonder what the DMB would say next time they say, well, you're going to take your ears off. Sorry, I can't. These are not removable. Oh, what? Look for yourself. Oh, do not. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I still can't believe they didn't have a chair for people to sit down for that picture taking session. Right now, I am pretty much wishing I could do some of the things like I said earlier. I mean, what would I do with 5,000 hours? Well, obviously, besides medical procedures, so what else I could do with it? Obviously, pay off the credit card in full. That'd be one thing. I would pretty much pay for a moving truck. A couple strong guys to lug furniture around the house. And that's something else too. Was that Ed keeps telling me, he says, "Well, if we rented a couch from Rent-A-Center or something, they would take out the old couch and said, what would they do with it? And the old couch has been part of my set for years. It's in relatively good shape." He said, but you can't sleep on it. I said, well, most people don't sleep on a couch. At least not really. Noodles is here. I want... yeah, today's card. Okay. It's not the only card I'm going to pull out. Actually, I might want to do a tarot reading, too. We'll get the other tarot cards out. I forgot where I put them. Oh. There they are. Yeah, well, anyway, it was... I still want to try to get a meet and greet going. Not sure when that's going to happen. There you go. It's Korean ancestors in past lives. Well, you know what, Korean? I want to pull a second card out because I think there's more to it than just ancestors in past lives. Yule Tarot, wealth and prosperity. Okay, I'm going to pull these two cards out today. Alright, let's pull the Koyin first, number 19. After all, you gotta understand you only got 40 cards in the Oracle series, so you gotta get reruns, no matter what you do. Okay, her message is, know that you are supported by those who have come before you. There are hidden messages available in the asking. These are there are stories and vibrations held in your soul, your memory, which can work for or against you in your current life. There are issues, habits, and thoughts hindering you on your life path. Some behaviors and belief systems passed down may no longer serve you or those that will come after. It's time to break those ties and cut those etheric cords. Look for answers from your ancestors. Seek the knowledge of elders in your community. Remember that when you stop evolving, your ancestors stop too. It is like a current, endless changing and stagnating. When we take steps to further your spiritual growth, the cellular memory, and your ancestors will also move forward in spiritually enlightenment and evolution. Yeah, well, I think there's a lot more to it than just that. I'll explain in a second. Alright, number 34, Yellow Tarot. Yellow Tarot is actually pretty... Yellow Tarot, sorry. Alright, does she have a message? Yeah, she does. Alright. Says, money is coming your way. Call it faith, the law of attraction, or quantum physics. But believe you are worthy. It will come. It could be a raise, a new job, a gift, but it will be unexpected. There's no shame in seeking wealth. Money gives you the freedom to do the things you want to do. Wealth can provide comfort in more enjoyable life. It can afford you time to seek your highest joy, to meditate, or to spend time with friends and family. Be grateful for the abundance and remember to be compassionate and generous when you can. Trust in the infinite wealth available in all dimensions of the spiritual and physical worlds, not just the financial aspect, but in supreme wealth of understanding. It will liberate you from the poverty of ignorance and teach you empathy and gratitude. You know, I've seen people get involved with money and they turn out to be totally flaming assholes. And I'm not kidding when I say that, because I've seen people, on the other hand, that even though they have financially quite capable and quite successful, they will go out of their way to help the community at large to achieve much success. The question is, which kind are you? Are you the selfish bitch that basically who doesn't give a damn about the community, or are you the one that cares about the community at large? Well, I'm the latter, right? I prefer to help the community at large. But I wonder, so I pulled the other deck out. Because, Mother God, I need some answers. Okay. Mother God, why am I feeling depressed today? And no, this is not going to be just a 3-card spread. I got a feeling this is going to be a lot more than a 3-card spread. Why am I feeling actually, not just today, this week in general. Why am I feeling depressed this week? What's going on? What's wrong? What did I do wrong? Did I do anything wrong? Mother God, Father God, the angel spirit guides, why am I feeling depressed this week? Especially today, the sense of melancholy. Why am I feeling that? Why am I feeling that? Why am I feeling a sense of melancholy? Alright. No, this is not a 3-card spread. This is not limited to 3 cards, so let me make sure I got plenty of room. I got a feeling this is going to be a lot more than 3 cards here. I'm going to... Okay, you know what? Let me put this thing on so you can see the cards, and that way I don't have to worry about keep holding them up all the time. I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious. And you know what? So let's pull up the cards. Alright. Okay, we got the 4 swords. The Fool. The 6 of Wands. I got a feeling, as I said, I got a feeling there's more than this than just that. Page of Cups. We got the 8 of Wands. Oh, okay, there we go. We got the 6 of Swords. And the last one for right now is the Queen of Swords. A lot of sharp, pointy objects here. This card here usually, it looks sinister. It isn't. This card usually means a type of rest. Okay? And if you look it up in the book here, and I will look it up so you can see it, because it's an interesting card to pull up. 4 swords. The sharp, pointy objects. Retreat, solitude, repose, convalescence. Maybe I'm not quite getting that. The Fool. The Fool is a major arcana card, and it usually means somebody who's going to go on a journey or traveling. Poised for adventure, spontaneous passion, initiative. Okay, maybe those are the things I want to do. And then we have the 6 of Wands. Now, the 6 of Wands, the women don't look like they're unhappy. They look like they're pretty joyful, actually. So the 6 of Wands is recognition, success, homecoming. Okay. Page of Cups is a dreamer. The page holds the symbols of love and feelings, cooperation, charisma, passion. Okay. Then you have the 6 of Swords. Remember those sharp, pointy things. Swords are probably the most sad deck of the... Is journey about water, passage, feeling, having, leaving troubles behind. So it doesn't seem to be saying that I'm not going to do better. Last one here is the Queen of Swords. An elegant, refined woman who has experienced sorrow and adversity, quick wit, perceptive absence, separation. Okay. I think there's another card to this. But basically, it sounds like things are gonna change. And then we got the King of Swords. The King of Swords. A mature man of power with good instincts, high morals. command, authority, determination. So it sounds like the Michele is not permanent. It's going to change. The situation is going to improve. In other words, I think right now my body is saying is I'm tired of convalescing. Let's go and do something. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go do something creative. And the cards are saying is that opportunity is going to present itself. You're not going to be stuck doing the same old garbage. You're going to be... I know, this is kind of a weird way to put the cards back in the deck, but there's a reason I do that. Because the way I shuffle the deck anyway, you might as well be a little more different. So it seems to be saying is that that's not going to stay that way of dormancy in a bad way. Good brother. How you doing, JoJo? Where's JoJo? Oh, I see her. Well, let's come on the panel if you want. I'll just I did leave a message on Scott and Stacy's channel. The last video I found from Scott and Stacy was a bit old. Seems that she hasn't been doing a lot of videos lately. She was pointing out that she loves her son, which I know that. Oh, it actually is. It's pinned above, but okay. Okay. J-O. Okay. That tiger. I can just type it. This is easy. There we go. There we go. There's your link. I put it out there, but you didn't see it. It was pinned. This was on the top of the screen. Hi, Crystalline. How you doing? Yeah, I get depressed though. But I mean, I think I know what it is now. I think that, but I think what the reason of the four of cards, four of swords came up, which means time of repose, convalescence. Is maybe my body's saying is it's time to do something more exciting than somebody just sitting around the house all day. God knows it did that all winter. So yeah, I definitely think it would be nice to do more than just simply sit around the house. Okay, Tiger Case coming on first. Good morning, how you doing?
Thank you.
That's all right.
Good. Apart from you're depressed.
Well, no, I know why I'm depressed. I'll tell you what it is. Basically, what it comes down to is, as the cards pointed out, you have basically convalescing for the past 2 years, basically feeling that you have basically brought into a rut. That means that now it's time for you to get out there and maybe start exploring new worlds. Do a little traveling, i.e. the Fool. Get out there and explore things.
So what are you going to do?
Well, try. Except, unlike you, I don't have a driver's license. I can't just get in the motorhome and go somewhere.
What about, is there no buses?
No, there's not too many buses that go anywhere around here.
I found that disabled bus. Can't you get on that?
Yeah, I can get that. But like I had said, and I don't disagree with him on, he said, and do what? I said, well, okay. I said, you got a valid point. I said,
Change the
there's one
scenery.
difference. You can go to the senior center. It's $15 a year. You can become a member of the senior center, which would be fantastic for you. And then in a year's time, I can become a member of the senior center.
How old you got to be a member of the senior centre?
You have to be 55.
Oh, okay.
And it definitely meets the age requirement. So I think for Ed, I think a senior center would be great for him because he'd be able to meet other people.
Yeah.
Maybe other guys with similar interests to Ed has. You know?
Yeah. Maybe he'll meet a girlfriend.
Maybe. I told him that. I said maybe you might find Miss Right, you know.
Yeah.
I was a little bit disappointed looking at the statistics this morning on my channel, but like the memberships have dropped to the floor. We're down to 5 members.
Who did you lose?
We lost 3 members. I got home. Paul's coming down the panel.
One would have been Leo.
Go ahead, Paul. How you doing? Well, what? One of them
How
probably
you doing?
Morning, Paul.
doing okay.
Good day, good day. How's it going?
So
Membership. People come and people go, Michelle. I mean, I don't know why you worry so much about numbers.
well, because in order to be able to go anywhere, just like the one card pulling out from Yellow Terra, you need finances to do things. And especially if you're going to be spending the money to go on trips or journeys, you need money for trips and journeys.
You gotta step your game up, Michelle. We've told you how to improve your channel. You haven't taken any of the advice, so I don't know what you want.
Well, we had a show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone there, really.
Yeah, because you're not doing it consistently, Michelle. One week you'll do a show, the next week you'll say, I don't feel like doing it.
We used to, in the morning show, let's talk about the morning show, which is consistently.
Yeah.
We usually get about 14 to 20 people.
Yeah.
Where are they?
I don't know, Michelle. It's the summertime. This happens every year,
It's
Michelle.
not summer yet.
Michelle, you act like this is something new. This is the slow time of year. Things pick back up in the summertime, you know? It's the slow time of year, Michelle. It happens every year on your channel. Literally around this time, too, you know? Someone gets into some drama. Things get stirred up a bit. You know, it's going to settle down. And then when June hits, Michelle, that's when things will start, coming back around. It's just a slow time of year. Skynet will tell you the same thing. Anyone who's been here for a while will tell you. Tiger Kitty will tell you the same thing.
Yeah, but Rocio Kelly's always busy. I have never seen a day when she's been that below her numbers. I mean, same thing with Esmond Gold.
She's consistent, Michelle. She's consistent. You're not. You're only consistent with these morning shows. You're not consistent with the night shows, the shows that made your channel what they are. You don't do those anymore. You have no effort. You put no effort into them, Michelle. You don't want to do the phone calls half the time. Half the time you hang up on the callers. Your show isn't what it used to be, Michelle. So things are going to change.
That's true, Michelle.
I was watching some of your old videos the other day. You were doing a show by yourself, Michelle. You didn't have a panel. You were taking calls. You had tons of viewers.
I told her that yesterday. I was looking at her old shows. She never used to have all
watching the same one I was.
People on panel. There was nobody on that panel.
Right.
She was running the whole show.
Right now, Michelle, you just sit there, talk for 5 minutes, and then wait for someone to come on your panel, and then that's how your show goes.
Well, I think
Like,
that one of the reasons why things have changed a bit is that, so I mean, I've been, like I said, I've been emotionally pretty much strung out over the winter time, which is true, um, because of all the things that keep going on behind the scenes.
right. You gotta stop
Uh,
fucking with the drama people, Michelle. That's your problem. You fuck with those drama people, and then what happens? They bring the drama, and then
One of the biggest drama
fuck with the
person
channel.
around here is Ed.
Yep, that's your choice, Michelle. Can't feel bad about Ed anymore. You've had so many opportunities to get him out. You don't get him
Yeah.
out, so obviously you don't care. We don't care.
Oh
Yeah,
I'm
it's
done
whatever
with
with Ed,
Ed
Michelle.
can stay there now.
Yeah, that's all on you, Michelle. We tried to help you get him out. You didn't want to get him out, or so what can you do about Ed? He's just gonna sit. He's literally gonna die there, Michelle.
Well, one of the things I did tell Ed, I said is, because he wants me to buy another couch. I told him, I said, no.
What?
I said, I am not buying another piece of furniture at this point in that room because just so you can sleep on it when you've been sleeping on my bed and you haven't had a reason to give an excuse. Other than the fact is, he says sometimes it's a little snug. Well, the thing is, Ed, it's better than having a couch anyway.
No. Why don't you make that retard sleep on that cot, Michelle? Why do you even let him sleep in your bed? Why doesn't he sleep on that cot he got from?
He said to me, the cot is actually not designed for a person of my weight. I said, well, then why did you take it then? He said, I thought it was heavier cot than that. I said, well, it's not.
You need to sleep on the streets. He's pretty fussy.
Yeah. I mean, Ed gets a check, Michelle. He can save up and buy a new couch. I don't know why Ed couldn't just buy. He's got money.
So the one thing realistically kicks in, where the frick are you gonna put another couch? There is no room here for another couch.
I would just replace the one you have now.
I don't want to replace the one they have now because the one they have now meets my needs. That is the other studio, which I would like to use again eventually to do some more videos in, because that was the one area that I used that was always my easygoing studio where I could just relax and unwind and not feel like I have to be perfect everything, perfect content, perfect this, perfect anything. It was a relaxing environment for me to basically chill. Which is something I haven't been able to do because I'm, taking care of all his other issues, like how to plug in a plug-in for his sound system for his computer because he can't even bother read the instructions.
It's your fault.
Yeah, you created that monster, Michelle. I can't feel bad about that situation anymore. You've created that monster, Michelle. You've had many opportunities to get him out, but you didn't take. So I can't feel bad about
anyways,
it.
How you doing, Corey? I did say hello. I said hello a little while ago.
Yeah, it's Ed's demise over there.
Yeah. He runs you ragged sometimes, Michelle.
Yeah.
I would tell him F off.
See, it was nice we had his own apartment because he'd come over for a little bit once in a while. But then he'd go back and do his own thing. I could do my own thing. And there was like no worry about tripping over each other's feet. Now it's like, oh my God, everybody, it's like, I feel like I don't have enough room to do anything I want to do because
whose
I'm always metaphorically knocking into his shit. Now it's like, I think that's what one of the things that tarot cards are saying is it's time to do something other than basically convalesce. It's time to get out there and do something better than this.
Well, what would you like to do? What are your plans to get out and do better, Michelle? I mean, warm weather's warming up. Maybe you can get out.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go to the bank and get the hair for tomorrow's hair appointment. Which I'm gonna do that today. I gotta drop something off to the local food cabinet that's on the corner. That people can donate food to. I'll get some things to donate.
Donate Ed.
Food. We got odds and foods.
Plenty of food in here. Just cut them open. Serve them up.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Serve them up. Eat off this man for a month.
No. Would you really want to be eating that
I
rotten
mean, if I
meat?
didn't know what it was, probably. If I was homeless and hungry and didn't know what was that, I'd probably eat an Ed burger.
No. That rotten meat. No.
Ed dog.
No. Jojo, why
It'd be
don't you come on
chewy.
the panel if you want? It's open.
It would be very chewy, Tiger Kitty, and tough, and
Moldy.
probably tastes like a skunk's
stinky.
asshole, but you know, I'd have it serving anyway. Fuck it.
Why don't you go to the soup kitchen today, Michelle, as well? That'll get you out.
And even he said himself that he gained weight. I'm like, yeah, I know you gained weight. I said, Ed, it's because you're not doing anything. That's why. At first, he tried to get defensive, and I shut him down. I said, no, don't even start with that because I know what you're going to say. And you're not wrong that there's not much going on in Winston. But seriously, you haven't made a doctor's appointment. You haven't gotten your heaven checkup. You haven't had your health examined. You have eligible for for visiting companions and homemakers. You're eligible for those services.
Oh, so somebody could come round and visit him.
Yes,
Why doesn't he get that then?
because he has to go to the doctor to get a referral, and he just doesn't, for some reason, seem to be motivated to do it.
He's fucking useless, Michelle. He is so useless.
I agree.
I mean, what is his purpose in life?
Maybe that's just it. Maybe he doesn't really know what his purpose in life is. Everybody has one. He just never found his.
But you've made him your problem now.
Well, unfortunately, my purpose in life is to help others, and that's, that's part of the issue.
Well, you can
Is
only
I'm doing my purpose in life, but the thing is, I would like to see him to try to start to improve himself.
Exactly. You can't help people unless they're willing to help themselves.
Right.
And he's certainly not helping himself, is he?
No,
But that's a, like Paul said, you've had many opportunities to sort him out, and it's all gone down the shitter. So
I think in some ways, as I'm not going to be able to sort him out, so why don't I sort myself out and see myself out the door? And frankly, maybe it's time I walk away. Literally.
well, to be honest, you can't stay in that apartment forever with them stairs.
The stairs is the least of my problems in life, trust me.
The older you get, they won't be.
But I think that what I mean is it's time for me to just basically pack a couple bags and go. Maybe not permanently, but get away from this stuff for a while. But then again, I look around the world, notice the weather card says travel by water. Which makes sense, because I keep saying about going to the UK. I mean, first I have to get a passport, which means I have to go ahead, get a passport photo, fill out the application for the equivalent to the Home Office, get that information in there, pick up my passport.
How are you gonna? What, you're gonna go on a boat to England?
Obviously, I would probably travel by ship. Yeah.
How long is that gonna take?
God, I don't know. Depends on what kind of ship I do. If I decide to take a run on a container vessel, maybe working in the kitchen, it's probably the only job I really would be able to do. Uh, it wouldn't be no 2-week trip, that's for sure, because you would be working in a container ship for usually a period of 6 weeks to 6 months.
It says it takes about 6 to 7 days by boat to get from America to India.
Right, that's if you take a transatlantic ship like the Queen Mary 2, yes.
You'd probably take an airplane and get there in like a few hours.
Yeah.
Like a 6-day trip.
But then again, you have to deal with cavity searches, and you have to deal with the fact is that I got hearing damage from flying in the first place.
Michelle, they do not do cavity
don't do
searches.
cavity searches, Michelle. You planning on smuggling some drugs over there or something? Why would they search your cavity?
No, I'm just very, very subconscious about people feeling me up. I mean, even in relationships, it's the same way. Like, I'm afraid of having people touch me.
Why, Michelle? What's your worry about people touching you?
It's just something I just get cringy about. I don't know why. I just do.
They don't touch you, okay? They might pat you down, but they do not touch you. You go into this machine, and it spins around, and it x-rays you.
Yeah.
So nobody's touching you.
All right, so it x-rays you, and then what do the pictures tell them?
Well, if you
have anything inside of your body you're not supposed to have?
Right, well,
no one's gonna be looking at your private parts, Michelle, and sitting there like touching themselves to your private. They're doing their job, Michelle. They're just checking you to make sure you don't have any weapons or drugs on you, and then they're moving on. They're not gonna like sit there and study your fucking picture or nothing like that.
It takes about. I mean, it takes seconds, like a minute, and you'll be through it.
Okay, so let's assume we're now on the other side of the pond. Let's assume we're on the crown now. I don't even know where the hell I would stay because hotels are expensive in London. Oh my God!
Yeah, maybe you should take me a little more realistically, Michelle, than like London. Go stay at a friend's house or.
JoJo's in Portsmouth, so there's good things to see
JoJo's. Maybe even Andrew's house. Who knows?
Oh, the complete opposite of the country.
I know that.
I don't. Well, it looks like Andrew's deserted you anyway.
Yeah.
I think he's with
Andrew,
the other.
No more Stan.
No more Stan. Stan's gone. Simps. Andrew's gone. Leo and Red have gone.
For a bitch. Like, it's sad as fuck as a man. Personally, if you're gonna let a woman tell you who to dictate who you can hang out with, let alone someone you're not in a relationship with, you are a simp and a pussy. Yeah.
And of course, I also would like to go to
it's fucking sad.
To their equivalent of the Home Depot and take a look at some of their electrical plugs and socket combinations and stuff.
I thought everyone was here for Michelle.
No, of course not.
I thought everyone was here to support Michelle. I'm not here to support you, Paul, or anybody else.
Right.
Just Michelle. It's a
drama
bonus.
Community, fucking retards. You know, they're up to their own agenda.
Friends like you and Skynet and.
Hey, the McKinnon Cruiser.
We're the real ones.
Yes, Cruiser's still here, and even though he's been told not to be, but he's still here.
Yeah, he's here for Michelle.
Yeah, actually, it's siphoned out the people.
Well, I sent a message to Krista letting her know we're live, but obviously she's busy right now. She's not here.
Yeah, probably taking care of her kid.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm thinking more and more. Are we playing World of Warcraft again?
Yeah, just doing some fishing, Michelle.
Oh.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Oh, you're doing some fishing.
What's that on top of your head? I've never seen your character before because I'm always watching Michelle. You got little horns.
All I gotta say to that is
Well, like I said, the people that keep walking in and out of my life, they kind of depress me too.
Beautiful day in the world of Warcraft, too.
Well,
Yeah.
at least one of them, Paul, and
Oh yeah.
she's not the only one that's done that either.
I know, Michelle. It happens, unfortunately, in the streaming world. Michelle, I've had a lot of good people come into my stream, and then, sometimes they just don't come back, it happens.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I thought we were here to support Michelle. I think people lost track of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everyone is, even though they say they are,
Mm-hmm.
It's just the test of time, Who stays?
I don't know what more could have happened because Michelle banned the person.
All right, so this is another one of your characters.
Well, it still wasn't good enough because the other people didn't rally around them when they got their information put out, and because the people didn't rally around them, that's why they're not their friends. They basically yelled at Charlotte for the same thing, calling her a victim, playing the victim card, but yet they go and do the same thing now. Like, it's so hypocritical. It's so fucked up. Pointing fingers at someone who didn't do anything, accusing them of shit. Like, yeah, all these people are fake. They're all fucking fake.
Yeah, like don't accuse people of being a pedo. Don't accuse people of being a pedo if you don't have evidence. Well, don't accuse people of doing other stuff if you don't have evidence either.
It's fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Hypocritical, just typical drama shit. They have nothing better going on in their life, so they got to stir stuff up. It's literally typical psychology drama bullshit.
Sad.
Sad as an adult, but we all live our life how we live our life.
Right.
Yeah.
But the good thing is
fucking normal.
The good thing is, Michelle, you don't know who's coming through the door next.
No, I don't, unfortunately. But I did at least get a message to Stacey's channel anyway. I don't know when she's going to get back to us, but still love to hear what she's got to say whenever she finally gets back to me and says, I got messages waiting. Let's see. Aspen Gold is like, get in here right now. Dress Barn. Mostly junk mail. YouTube, study appointments, sign up in consent form. Alright, thank you for your interest in participating in the study and completing the study sign up form. Okay, that means that they're going to probably finally do an interview with me for another interview. Master's Film credit card. I don't owe anything on that. That's paid off, so that's good. I just, we have a community here that's pretty interesting. It's like I think you said last night, it was like there's a revolving door around here.
Yeah.
But it's not like I deliberately created the damn door.
No, I don't see that you haven't changed. You haven't done anything wrong at all.
Well, maybe that's part of the problem, is I haven't changed, just like you said, or Paul said earlier, is that your content hasn't changed much.
Maybe, yeah, you might
you got to step it up, Michelle. Yeah. You want members, Michelle? You got to do members-only streams. You got to put streams for members only.
Just be me sat there then.
Nightgown to wear. Throw that nightgown on, do a stream, put it under members only, Michelle. That's how you get members. You got to put content out, You got to make content.
Yeah, look at Rosie. Rosie's always flopping around in her bikini.
Yeah. Look at Rosie O'Kelly.
Well, I know one thing that does pretty well is the World of Warcraft streams have been doing pretty well on Twitch.
Yeah, but then that's where your YouTube people, you've neglected them.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, so many YouTube people, even before I changed my format, already neglected me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just stream for fun, Michelle. I don't do it as a living. That's what's
Yeah.
always worked for me. If I have to worry about making an income from it, or yeah, it just takes the fun out of it. I just do it for
Yeah, but
fun.
you know, there is one thing though, Paul, that even the fun streamers are finding out. YouTube really is putting the screws to you guys too, because you guys,
Yeah, that's why I don't like YouTube. I never have. As far as
you don't
streaming
know,
goes.
one day you're gonna wake up and get a termination notice and say your channel is now a greasy spot on the YouTube sidewalk in front of San Bruno. You
Yeah,
don't
that's why I
know.
haven't invested too much into YouTube
Oh,
or the people on
because maybe
YouTube,
you
Michelle.
said something that basically they found offensive.
Right.
That's not cool either. It's like, you say you're streaming for fun, but when you find your channel terminated, for example.
Right, I agree, Michelle. That's again why I don't stream on YouTube for main place. I don't like YouTube as a streaming platform. That's why I haven't pursued it. I did it for like a few months last year. Didn't like it. And yeah, I don't like streaming on YouTube.
I don't either. That's the reason I kind of wanted to get away from YouTube. But that still means that, like you said, like JoJo said, Tiger K says, most of your viewers on YouTube feel like they're being abandoned.
Right.
I don't want them to feel abandoned. The problem is that part of it is that YouTube makes me feel unwelcome. Because it's like, you follow the terms of service to the letter, and they still can terminate your channel in a moment's notice, and you're like, and then they don't even clarify the reason why they really terminated your channel because they keep changing the rules. So, what are you supposed to do?
Right. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, as far as my channel goes, let's be honest. I don't know if YouTube was similar to the way it was prior to the ad apocalypse. We would have been easily could have hit 2,000 viewers because we were allowed to have fun. They can't have fun anymore because the so-called woke YouTube is sitting there going, I'm sorry, having fun is a violation of the terms of service. You are now terminated. You're a greasy spot on our sidewalk. We don't want to see you anymore. Let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. That's pretty
Michelle,
much what it comes down
that's when
to.
your channel, Michelle, your channel went downhill when Monica kind of took over and took all the fun away from it, took all of your good
But
streams
YouTube
away.
continued that. Let's not lie here. Monica, I actually asked her to help me keep the channel
Michelle,
within compliance with the terms of
Yeah,
service.
you fucked up there, Michelle. By deleting all that content, you destroyed your channel. That was part of
But
your
YouTube
channel,
is insisting that iChannel had to follow the rules, which I agree. But the thing was,
that's what your channel was
even to this
modified.
day, I try to have fun.
Michelle, those
Paul,
streams are
stop
what
for a
got
minute.
your...
Let me finish. Okay, ever since that day, and I mean it goes back quite a ways, YouTube has not been the same since November of 2016. It has not been the same. On March 17th, when I lost monetization because I had less than 1,000 subs. Okay, it has not been the same ever since. Because they took the friggin' air out of my tires. Because I feel now when I'm on YouTube, it's like it's going to be all dry, serious content. And if I'm afraid to have fun, because if I do, I'm afraid that some robot in analytics is going to go, terminate channel, she's having too much fun.
Well, that's happened a long time, Michelle, before this. You've deleted, Michelle, all those streams you've deleted is what your channel got monetized for. All that good content you had is all gone now. That's what your channel was made from. I don't know what got into your head that would make you
But
think
don't
you'd
blame
get in trouble.
Monica for that, though. Okay.
Yeah, but that's how you got your monetization. If they didn't see anything wrong with it before, why would it be a problem when you're monetized?
Because they're retroactively going back and enforcing the new rules on old content.
That was a while ago, Michelle. This was like 2 years ago when you deleted all that stuff. This was well before.
I know that, but just trying to point out is the way YouTube is. Okay, I don't like being on YouTube streaming that much anymore because I feel it's not healthy. If that makes any sense.
Does it make you anxious?
Yes.
I can see it makes you anxious. YouTube makes you anxious.
Because you follow the rules and they keep changing the rules. So you don't know if you're in violation. And then they're going to retroactively go back months later after they change the rules again. And while you were in compliance originally, now let's say you're not in compliance anymore. How can you, as a content producer, keep up with that? You can't. I mean, older content should be protected from that kind of retroactive policy changes.
I don't know.
I've never really heard of anyone getting their channel strucken or anything because they did something in the past and they changed the rules and YouTube went back, and I've never heard of that before.
No, no.
I think you're just being paranoid, Michelle, is the problem. It
happened with the Breonna Taylor case. It happened covering Donald Trump a couple times. You know, I don't get that, but that's what they did in the past.
Yeah, but you look too much and think too much of it, Michelle. And like now your content is just, I don't know. From what it used to be to what it is now, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, only you can make the changes, Michelle. People have tried to help you out. You're refusing to help. So, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you.
I don't think Michelle's trying to refuse help. The problem is, I don't think anyone really understands what Michelle's thinking. No.
I get what you're thinking, but your thinking is a bit, illogical, to be honest, compared to like other YouTubers. Like, I've never heard of anyone getting in trouble for something they've done, and then they changed the rules, and then they struck one of their old videos, Michelle. I mean, it's just like paranoia. A bit.
Yeah, it is a bit paranoid, Michelle.
I think, monetization was probably the worst thing that happened to this channel, Michelle, is you getting monetized. That's when all the fun stopped. That's when all the content changed. People like Monica and other people coming in and getting in your ear and telling you what they think's best for your channel. No, they don't know. They haven't been running this channel. They haven't been here. They don't know what's good for your channel.
Right. People are here for you, Michelle, nobody else. Well, they should be. They should be here for you.
Yeah, I want to hear what Michelle's got to say. I want to hear what's on Michelle's mind.
Right. And
I don't care who's fighting with who or who likes this person today. I don't care about all that. I'm not a 15-year-old girl. What the fuck would I care about all that?
Well, let's see what the other people in the chat say.
Yeah.
See, now, I mean, you and me are both streaming on YouTube as regular content streamers. So is McHenry Cruiser, of course. Well, let's see what he's got to say. Let's see what other people got to say.
Cruiser has some fun streams. He doesn't lay down the law that much.
Yeah, Cruiser's got some good streams. Like phone calls, hangs out, yeah. JoJo's got one. She sits there and listens to music.
All right, JoJo's coming on panel.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, JoJo.
Hello, darling. I thought I'd come up because you wanted me to come up to say hello. I just want to say, I just said thanks for yesterday. Sorry, I got a bit emotional.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. But we're trying to. Michelle's
good morning or
a bit
afternoon,
good
day.
About a channel, so we're just.
Oh. Okay. I'll try not to worry.
If you heard a little bit before he came on, what we're talking about, It all stems from the fact is that I was concerned about what YouTube is going to do to my channel because they, in over the last few years, have become very aggressive on channels. And that's the reason why I moved most of my content over to Twitch. And then just get the morning show on YouTube. Was because...
I need bloody coffee, I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, Vic Van Dyke then.
This is becoming a British channel now.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, Michelle wants to be British.
Yeah, you want to come to England, don't you, Michelle?
I want it to be open to any culture, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like talking to people from the UK.
Yeah, you've got a bit of an affinity over here, haven't you? Like with us.
That's one of the reasons why I want to go to the UK, because I need an altitude adjustment. Some people like to go to the Caribbean, some may like to go to the Mediterranean. I just want to go check out the United Kingdom and check out the different shires and little communities here.
Michelle, when you think of England, do you think of it like Lord of the Rings with the shires and all that? Because it's not like that.
No, I think it's been more modernized now.
Yeah.
With the show.
I mean, you can see some of the early history, yes, but I don't think it's like that anymore for a large majority, except maybe a historical region that's been preserved.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of historical places to visit. It's just where to know where to go. There's lots of villages, there's lots of historical listed buildings. But I live in a city and it's fast and busy, you know. But it's a very historical city as well.
Yeah.
So.
It's got a lot of boats down your way, isn't it?
It is,
Ships, should I say.
Well, it's probably in it, yeah.
Well, we have a place. I have a place that, like Kate, tell me your name of your place. We have a place that same name in Maine. Yeah. So, but like I said, I definitely would enjoy, because I do love history. I would enjoy seeing that, you know. And maybe even being able to live in one of those historic locations, you know, and try out
you definitely enjoy that. Yeah, it's just time and money, isn't it, as well? I suppose.
Like it is expensive. Like Corey just asked, England is expensive, especially compared to America. It is.
Especially down the south of England, it's a lot higher rates of council tax and properties and.
My minge is quite itchy today.
What?
Yeah, well, everything's expensive regardless where you go. It's just, and that's another reason why I sometimes get a little bit unhappy. Is I feel like I'm basically painted into a corner because, you know, I'm like the commercial for a hotel chain here called Super 8. Pick up your bags and go. Okay, go where? You know, you can't afford to stay in Motel 8. You can't afford the Super 8. I mean, you can't afford to, you know, go very far when you only got so much money. I mean, I know that there are YouTubers that have, you know, make a lot more money than I do. And they go places and they do things.
You know.
Michelle, when you were growing up, were your parents well off?
Sort of. Not really well off. Let's put it this way. We did have, when my father was working for Ovation Instruments, making guitars, we would have 2 weeks paid vacation, and we would go to places like Mesquamaket and go to the beach, and we would do fun things like that with me, my sister, my brother. But other than that, we really weren't that well off. I mean, we didn't have to worry about it. Like if, you know, we we had dentist, we had dental care, we had vision care. I think the biggest savings grace for me was actually was being in school. Because remember, we're talking about my high school years here. And then of course, during the summertime, I would go for the camps for the blind, summer camp for the blind through Bro Christian Record, and I would do fun things like that. We'd go swimming, and that was something I used to love to do. And but then again, they don't have those camps anymore that I know of. And because I got into an argument with Eldon Blaney, who trained Camp Lurwell and Camp Winnipeg, basically he didn't want me to come back anymore over issue of tobacco.
What was the argument about, Michelle? What did you have an argument with?
You get into trouble,
tobacco. It was over tobacco, chewing tobacco. Of all things.
You're a goddamn adult.
And so,
How old were you?
Oh my God, I was probably about in my early 20s.
That person's probably not even alive anymore, Michelle. You should attempt to go back.
Probably not, but the camps for the blind is no longer being offered anymore by Bro Christian Record either, so.
How long have you been chewing tobacco, Michelle? Blimey.
Oh. I've been chewing tobacco since I was 1983.
Michelle swallows that
I know, I cannot.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
I didn't know you did that, Michelle. Wow. Badass.
Now, anyway, the thing is I've been using it since 1983.
How long have you been on heroin?
Did you chew it and spit it out? Or is it like in
those You're supposed to split it out, but she
Well, don't worry about that, but let's get back to the main point here. The main point is we used to do a little more stuff than we do now. And then when, of course, I moved out from home, which is what is expected of a person to do when they go to college, I had really busted my tail to be successful on my own. And I have achieved some success. But
yeah, definitely.
I have never been able to do anything like my father has done. I have not been able to find a job where I can take a vacation. And I still would like to see a lot of the world. And I think that part of it is still really kind of sad that I haven't been able to explore anything. One of the reasons is because my dad is not visually handicapped. He had a proper driver's license. He also had certifications to drive a box truck. So my father could drive like one of those Ryder trucks, they move furniture and stuff like that. So he knew how to drive big vehicles and small vehicles. So he never been in a situation where he had to depend on other people to take him places because he always been able to drive on his own. Same with my brother and my sister. Me, I didn't have that honor, so I was always dependent on other people to help me get where I've got to go. But I think in a way that was actually very destructive because if I had been encouraged to be more self-sufficient somehow, then maybe I could have been doing more things than I have in my life.
Right, just like Ed. He needs to be more self-sufficient.
Oh, Ed has a driver's license, but he kind of can't get a car.
Yeah, Michelle, but he can't get off of his ass to walk 2 feet away and turn the stove off because he depends upon you to do that. See what I'm saying? Like, for you getting up and turning the stove off when he's sitting right there.
Well, I mean, I'm not at all like that. I mean, I'm not certainly capable of turning off the stove. That's no problem. But
right. What I'm saying, though, Michelle, is you're enabling him by doing those things. Like you said, by the people helping you out, it didn't do you any good. Just like with you helping Ed out. That's not doing him any good.
I mean, like, you think about it. My brother or my sister, when they wanted to do something, for example, they would get into little sedans and drive off. They didn't have to worry about going to my dad and go, "Daddy dearest, I gotta go get some stuff at the hardware store. Mommy dearest, I need to make sure I can get this done. I get a hair appointment to redo my nails. No, they took care of that. They didn't have to have us do that. They did that. You know, me, it was like always a matter of scheduling things. Like I say, Mom, I have to go here and I have to be here this day and this time. Could you make sure if there's any opportunity to get me there, give me advance notice, I can change the appointment if the things change. And that's what I would have to do. My whole life was always on somebody else's, schedule. I was never like free to really totally be able to do the things that I wanted to because I depended on other people to go far away. That's, I think, is what makes me sad because I wanted to be able to do things. I enjoy my freedom of being able to do things on my own, but I also enjoy having some social interaction too. And
Do you not
Be
have a
proud of yourself, Just
yeah?
be proud of yourself.
Do you not have a swimming pool near you, Michelle?
we have the YMCA pool. We have the Highland Lake.
Well, you just said you love swimming, so why don't you start swimming? And that's good for keep losing
I don't
weight
even know
as
if I
well.
can swim anymore with my knee injury. I mean, maybe I can to some extent.
Well,
Yeah, but it's very good for you, Michelle. Like Tiger will agree. It's
Yeah.
natural. Like it's good for ailments, like your joints. It's wonderful because you're
Yeah,
self-buoyant
that would help
in the
your hip.
water.
Yeah.
and You'd
Only
lose
thing
a
is,
lot of weight.
I got bleached hair, so I don't know if a chlorine pool is a good idea.
Excuses, excuses.
Yeah, Michelle's always got an
Come on,
excuse.
Michelle. You can do it.
Queen
You
of
can do it.
excuses.
Come
Do
on.
you think that nobody in that swimming pool has bleached hair?
But the paratransit van will take me to Highland Lake, which
You can
in
wear
the
a shower
summertime.
cap. You can wear one of those frilly, flowery
Yeah,
caps.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cap,
swim
bathing
cap.
cap.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I
you
asked
can
them that,
do.
they said, "Oh yeah, we can take them to Highland Lake in the summertime. That's not a problem. You could swim for a few hours and just make sure you dry yourself off with a towel. Make sure you're pretty much dry when you go back when the van picks you up,
Yeah, it won't harm you.
so you
It
don't
won't
get our
harm you.
seats all wet."
Chlorine's there to keep off infections anyway, so just have a shower afterwards. You're fine. You'll wash it all off.
Yeah. Oh. So, like I said, I see Ed's argument, but I also see I have my valid argument too, which is that, I want to do more than just sit around here. And the cards seem to be indicating the same thing. That's what you really want to do. You want to do more than to sit around here.
Yeah, I feel you there. I feel you there, Michelle. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from.
First of all, the last 2 years for everybody has been crazy. No one's going to deny that. And yet, it seems like they're still cooking up new batches of something that's trying to kill us all. I don't get what logic behind that at all.
What's that?
I said they're always constantly trying to cook up new batches of poisons to kill us all.
I saw. Yeah, I know. It's what you believe in, I suppose. Yeah, it's a lot of fear mongering, isn't there? Especially lately, in the last couple of years.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at something on a little bit better perspective, just a little bit. Let's assume. We call this the what if game, which is pretty simple, really. Let's say I get a passport. Let's say I get on an airline, or I take a long transatlantic ship over to the UK. I have now arrived on UK soil. I go to customs and I show them my passport and stuff, and they ask me, "How long are you going to be here for?" And I'd have to say, well, depending on where I'm going to be staying, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. See, that's the question. Because they want to know, well, how long you going to be here?
Yeah, border control, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I had a choice, I'd like to say I could stay here for 9 months. But then, depending on the situation, that probably may not be likely. Because, number one, who's going to take care of the cat for 9 months or 6 months? See, because if I wanted to, I could be in the UK for 6 months. This is from Social Security rules. And I could be in the United States for 6 months. The problem with that is, well, that means I have to pay for an apartment in the U.S. for 6 months and I'm not at. And I have to pay for lodging in the UK where I am at. I don't even know how you would organize that.
Would Ed look after your cat, or is that a possibility?
Ed can't look after himself.
Okay. Now answer my question then straight away.
Yeah, maybe you should think more locally and then work your way to the UK there, Michelle. Maybe try getting to the lake there and then work your way up and take some baby steps on traveling, you know. I wouldn't really worry about thinking about the UK right now. I think maybe more realistically or locally places to go and travel.
Yeah.
I mean, the UK is pretty unfeasible at this point.
Yeah, I haven't really looked it up, but our border controls have always been strict, but they're still letting people in. But yeah, I don't know if we got to have visas over here. I'm not very good at that. Should be really.
Jojo, have you ever been to the United States?
I went once to Manhattan in 2002, just 6 months after 9/11.
Oh yeah, where'd you go?
I went to Manhattan. I stopped.
You were in New York. Okay.
My elder son's dad, when I was still with him, we went to the Chelsea hostel, just round the corner from the Chelsea Hotel. And we spent 6 days there. It was my 30th birthday kind of thing.
Would you come back?
Oh, I'd love to. It's just time and money, isn't it? Yeah, I would love to. Everyone was brilliant out there. I loved it. It was fantastic. Cool. Like Tiger, you decided to move out there, so you probably got good things to say about like where you are now, you know. So
well, on a more local level, like I said, Tiger and me were planning on trying to get a greeting or meetup done, and so that's something that we want to try to work on too.
Oh, cool.
And Paul was invited to be there. Schmeckles invited to be there. McHenry Cruises are invited to be there. Leah was invited to be there. She still technically is. But we don't even have a schedule.
No, fuck it.
Completely anything yet.
Well, I'm sure you could. Some things can happen, can't they? Like we all say, I'm going to come and meet you. But when you put the thought in motion, then it tends to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, easier said than done,
Let's see what the questions are here. But like the rent, it says, is UK expensive? Yeah, UK, especially if you go to London, is ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the main part. It's astronomical, the prices you pay. Really, really astronomical.
That's because London over the years has become kind of like their version of Manhattan. It's one of the more expensive areas.
Outskirts, and make sure you got transport if you want to go for a day out in main. I mean, there's inner city London and there's the city of London, which is more suburbs, but you've got all the suburbs anyway. Like even like 20 miles from London, it's still classed as London Borough, the council.
Yeah. Right. Just like there's parts outside of New York and Boston that's still considered the New York or Boston metro area. And And some of the stuff out there is still insanely expensive.
I bet.
But if you want to live straight smack dab in New York City, forget it. You ain't gonna go. You can't afford it. Penthouses for $3,000 a month plus. You got a single bedroom apartment going for like $1,000 a month, and that's one with a shared bathroom between you and other building members.
Yeah,
All you get
need
is
a
a
good job
room and maybe that's it. You don't even have a kitchen. You don't have the ability to cook. They expect you to eat out or order out food. It's ridiculous how expensive New York is. But I mean, I'm sure London's certainly no cheaper.
Oh yeah, it's probably the same economy. Basically, it's very expensive. Yeah.
I figure if you're in New York or you're in London or you're in Boston, you're probably involved in the financial district or something.
Yeah.
Or an actor or actress.
There, you've got the stock exchange.
Yeah.
The Bank of England, Needle and Thread Street. It's all the same. Right, I've got to get off because I've got a phone call coming up. You know me with my phone call.
She's on that phone.
Okay, girl. I'll talk to you in a little bit, Dad.
Thank you so much, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah,
see you tomorrow,
tonight, or are you going tomorrow, or?
I'm going to be on tonight with Paul and Skynet on Twitch, I think.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'll come in and have a chat, and not chat on panel, but I'll comment in and I'll leave a like.
She'll be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah. I was going to say, Michelle, do you mind if I
share
you out on my community page?
Share her.
Yeah.
Definitely share Michelle out.
I will share you out on my community tab. I've got a community tab, so you might as well make good use of it.
Yeah, great.
I really seriously would like to try to get. I really seriously would like to see more people come in and at least check out the shows.
Don't worry,
likewise, I want to start
leave a
really
cool comment about your channel as well. So,
I want to start trying to working on other projects. Maybe not necessarily just live shows, but just working on other projects I'm interested in.
Excellent. Right, goodbye, guys. Have a really good day, yeah?
You too.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you, Tiger.
Take care, Jojo.
Bye.
And so...
See Jojo again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to do some more research into more exciting stuff I used to do. You know.
Yeah, good idea. I also have to go because I've got to get in the shower because I'm leaving today, but I still have internet where I'm going, so I should be on your morning show tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. If you could help me to try to let other people know that used to be on this channel, that I'm still looking for some people to come back here because I do enjoy having conversations with other people.
Well, again, Michelle, you got to reach out to these people. You can't.
I just sent out a message. I just sent out a message to Scott Stacy today. I don't know when she's.
I'm just saying, though. You know, you're telling people, to come to my. You know, you gotta reach out to people as well, though, Michelle, which is good. I'm glad you reached out to Scottish Stacy.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I got to get in the shower, else I'm never going to get moving today.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.
Take care. Have a good trip.
Bye.
All right, Turkey. So I'll talk to you later. So, Paul, is it still on for tonight for World of Warcraft at 7?
I think tomorrow, Skynet was saying Friday, unless we wanted to play a late night tonight with Skynet. I think tomorrow.
Oh, okay. It's just I thought it was.
I think Skynet works late tonight, so yeah, tomorrow.
I thought it was Mondays and Wednesdays he worked late.
No, I believe he said,
Okay.
I don't know. You'll have to ask him. I don't know his schedule. I'm pretty sure he was thinking tomorrow or late night tonight. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, I got to go to the ATM this afternoon, get the money for tomorrow's hair appointment, and I know that's not really exciting, but yeah, just gotta do it anyway.
Yeah,
and I do get a return an email about being on an interview for a survey, so that's what I gotta take care of that. And for people that are watching these streams after the stream is over, I know that my channel isn't always exciting, but what I said about why is still valid, even though some people may not quite understand it. Okay, but that's why the reason when we started moving content to Twitch was because with Twitch there's a little more flexibility, and only thing is Twitch does not do is you do not have more than 2 weeks of old videos, which sucks because maybe if you become a paid member of Twitch, maybe you can. I don't know. So tonight, of course, we'll try to get something going on. Maybe I'll play the other characters in World of Warcraft and try to do something with that. That's all I can say for right now. Anyway, so guys, I'm gonna let you go too. I'll see you later, Paul. Okay.
All right. Have a good one. Take care, everyone.
Bye bye. So anyway, that's it for today. And please do let people know on my channel. It will help. All right, guys. See you soon. Stay out of trouble.